is a working class city with many different classes. It's been a country for immigrants over the past century, and millions of people have traveled through these ports to go to the New World. Bremerhaven is one of the largest ports in Europe. Many goods are shipped through these ports all around the world. Bremerhaven has been playing in the AEL for 5 years. What is most important for us is that we don't play as a cost center. I'm already looking forward to when we start again. We all to get this fantastic building to bring in attention for us.
Viva la Campagna Nazionalstaatsstellung über das Pinguins Bremerhaven, gesprochen bei Gemeindekanzler Ferdinand, wurden mit Wechsel und die Nummer 56, Nummer 56, Maximilian Axel. In der Verteidigung von Defense, 25, Nummer 20, Simon Schumacher. Die Nummer 21, Nummer 21, Nico McNeil.
What a goal! Oh my goodness! What an attempt that is! And the puck is like they score! Moin. Moin.
Unser Headcoach Thomas Rupisch. Die Kopfballmeisterschaft aus Pinguins Bremerhaven ist der Pinguins Bremerhaven und Vorsitzender von 47 TPS Turku, Lion. Für unsere Stadt, für unsere Liebe, für unseren Verein. Gib mir ein R! Gib mir ein E! Gib mir ein O! Und hier kommt er! Unser! Und jetzt Applaus für die Zuschauer!
Good evening and welcome inside the Ice Arena Bremerhaven. Carlos Verdi with you as we get set for Game Day 3 action in Group A of the 2021-2022 Champions Hockey League. TPS Turku from Finland and Pinguins Bremerhaven. It's Game Day 3, everybody, and a big tilt in Group A. Lots of storylines to keep an eye on this evening as Pinguins Bremerhaven making their home debut. You get a look at our officiating crew, all from Germany. Gordon Schukis and Sirko Hunius are the officials. The linesman Jonas Merton alongside Nikolai Ponomarjo. In net for Penguins, it's going to be Brandon Maxwell. Turned aside 37 of 38 in Penguins' 2-1 win over Turku back earlier in the group stage. You get a look at Andrei Karyev, the Russian-born netminder for TPS Turku, well-traveled in his second season in southwestern Finland after a couple of stops in the Continental Hockey League. There you see Thomas Popiesh and his Penguins team welcoming back a trio of Slovenians. The top line, the starting line, Jan Urbas and Miha Verlic on either side of Ziga Jeglic. There's Jussi Ahokas, the Turku head coach in his first season. TPS, a very young team, much as you would expect under the former Finnish under-20s bench boss. 4 defensemen under the age of 22 tonight for TPS, 3 19 or younger. As you get a look at Miha Verlic there, 91. That top line is going to have a big role to play for Penguins here tonight. Urbas and Verlic on either side of Ziga Jeglic. A couple of big bodies, Jeglic the playmaker in the middle, and of course they missed out on the opening 2 game days through Olympic Games qualifiers with Slovenia. And there's Stanislav Dietz, the big man, scored an absolute bomb from the point in that 2-1 win at TPS in Finland earlier in the competition back on August 27th. A couple of other storylines. Maxwell House, Brandon Maxwell back between the pipes for Penguins. 30-year-old Florida native back in net after Maximilian Franzleb took the loss in net. Thoroughly outplayed by Vekwa in Sweden in Game Day 2. Here we go. Penguins Bremerhaven right to left in the red with white trim. TPS Turku in the white with black trim. Another great jersey matchup, and we're underway with Jeglic winning the draw back. And immediately Penguins in over the line here. There's Urbas. You're going to want to keep an eye on this all-Slovenian top line tonight for Penguins. They did well to earn a victory in the 2 games they played without those big guns, as Urbas' shot wired just wide. Penguins going to work here in the offensive zone. Centering effort, side of the net. Puck squirts in front. Now it's back to the line. Held there to the far side. Verlic sends that through the slot untouched, and TPS will immediately fling that to the line. Held in by Urbas. Urbas driving backhand effort, blocked on the way to the net. As now there's Juuso Parsonen. We'll touch more on him in a second, but nice to have him back in the lineup, centering that top line for TPS. Long shot on net, and Andrei Karyev had to be sharp. A couple of early opportunities for Penguins, and Andrei Karyev is going to have a key role to play here tonight for TPS. It's been a slow start to the competition for Jussi Ahokas' team. They've managed just 3 goals in 2 games, and they're going to look 1 to Parsonen, the 2019 Nashville Predators 7th-round draft pick, back in the lineup today for the first time in this CHL campaign. But they're also going to look to their foreign players, the likes of Jack Rodewald, Tyler Steenbergen. They're going to need a little bit more from them if they want any hope of advancing in the competition, as there's a big hit on the in wall, and TPS come away. Rafkin joins the rush. There's a drop pass. Quick shot on the way to the net. Blocked. Didn't make it on target off the stick of Yasu. And bodies flying here in Bremerhaven. Penguins' first appearance in the competition, and they've certainly acquitted themselves quite well in Turku back on August 27th as Emil Viro backtracks behind his own net. The 2020 Detroit Red Wings 3rd-round draft pick. Certainly a player with a bright future. As that puck sent in deep, Hakkarainen first to it for TPS. Hakkarainen dispossessed there by Anders Krogsgaard, back in the lineup for Penguins, who was not available in the 2-1 win at TPS. There's an outlet feed, a little bit hot for Ross Mawerman to handle, and TPS will backtrack in their own zone. Slick defensive work there from Jimi Suomi to start ahead. Suomi, draft-eligible 18-year-old, another player to keep an eye on. Certainly going to factor likely for Finland this year at the under-20 level. 2.5 minutes gone here in Bremerhaven. We're about a kilometer inland from the North Sea. TPS and Penguins live from the ice arena. Long dump in, glove there by Maxwell, and will hang on for a face-off to his right. You get another look at the Winter Park, Florida native, Brandon Maxwell. Certainly well-traveled, has played for a couple of other teams in this year's edition of the Champions Hockey League, as you see him just glove that nice and easy on the dump-in. Also spent time with Rugla and Mlada Boleslav, so certainly well-traveled amongst the elite of the European game, Brandon Maxwell, and nice to have him back there for Thomas Popiesh's side. That puck pops up in the neutral zone, immediately turned back, as that was Juraj Slavkovsky getting his first shift. There's another name to keep an eye on this TPS team. Slavkovsky, a 17-year-old Slovak, top prospect for the upcoming NHL draft. First year with the big club, but certainly expectations high as you get a look at him in on the forecheck, number 60 for TPS. Here's Slavkovsky, back to the line. Cycled low and around into the near corner there. Rodewald was trying to find it, and now he's going to be forced to back check. He'll pick that up with Vedlitz all over him. And TPS will start ahead. Nifty move by Antalainen, and he's away up the left-hand side, gets the puck back, pays the price, sends it in deep, and there's Stanislav Dietz with his first touch of the night for Bremerhaven. Stanislav Dietz, Czech-German dual national, wheels through center, over the line with a blast. That's off a leg into the far corner. Antalainen felt that one. Centering effort now, Dietz. Dietz winds, fires. That's off a leg and wide. Back to the line, Dietz. Cycled back down low as Penguins will go to work here. Now Uhr. Uhr drops it for Dietz. Dietz down below the goal line, tries to send it in front. Still Stanislav Dietz. Back to the line, there's a shot and a right pad save by Karyev. Puck played to the line and now out past Uhr, only momentarily. He flips it back in a look for a change. Ruben Rafkin back on it for TPS. Rafkin rewarded for some strong performances the first 2 game days for TPS. Has bumped up from that 7th defenseman slot onto the second pair, and has certainly been one of the more energetic defensemen for UCA Hokas' team so far. Maxwell played that around to the near corner. Back on it, Reed McNeil, London, Ontario, Canada native. Played it up through the neutral zone, and that's turned over back the other way. Here's Väisänen. Väisänen with a quick shot. Shoulder save by Maxwell. He had to be good there. Nice pinch by Niklas Areli. Sends it in front. There's a spinning shot and a save by Maxwell. As TPS with their first sustained zone time of the evening, and looks like we've got a penalty coming. Backside official with the call. We'll have to wait and see exactly what the final damage is, but there you see Maxwell with a good left shoulder save, and then later on the shift, there it is, Arel taken down, and it's going to be a TPS power play. Christian Weiss is going to sit for 2 or less for the trip, and just over 5 minutes gone, TPS to the man advantage. There you get a look at Brandon Maxwell. He's going to have to be very sharp. He was in the game day 1 win in Finland. And he'll have to be sharp again here on the penalty kill. Draw 1 by TPS. They'll set up. Here's Vito. Emil Vito had a great power play feed on the Mitch Holtz goal against Sparta Prague. There's Holtz. Backdoor pass. Quick shot. Great save. Maxwell with the pad. Now a stretch feed, and here's a breakaway opportunity. Racing the other way they come. And Friesen had it knocked off his stick. Now they'll reset. Here's Rodewald. 30 seconds gone and a flurry of activity to begin this TPS power play. Weaving through the neutral zone, it's Holtz. Holtz wearing the top scorer jersey. Sent that on net. It was broken up. And now TPS will send that to the line. Vito, good pass across. There's a shot. Didn't make it to the net. It hit Rodewald up high. And Penguins will send that the length of the ice. Ty McGinn giving chase, and he's first to it. There's a centering effort by McGinn. It was off a stick. Otherwise, that could have been trouble. Strong forecheck there from Ty McGinn, shorthanded. As TPS will send that in deep. Maxwell going to take it himself and send it the length of the ice. The crowd likes that. An appreciative round of applause as here's Elmeri Eronen. Eronen, a bit of a slow start to the competition for TPS's one of their top-scoring defensemen. In over the line they come now. There's Juuso Parssinen. We mentioned him, Nashville draft pick. Lost the handle and sent back down the ice, but good for them to get Parssinen back in the lineup. They've been offensively challenged, and last year his 34 assists and 42 points at age 19 were, well, certainly missed the first 2 game days. Nearly a turnover there. And now a wait, trying to drive in. Getting turned back was Steenbergen. And again, not much going on for TPS on the man advantage. In over the line now with a head of steam. Here's Weiss. Weiss bad angle shot and a left pad save by Kariev. We approach the 7.5-minute mark of period 1 up through the neutral zone. They came. Holding Ivarsson. Ivarsson tried to go backdoor. That's broken up. To the line. Jimi Suomi. Suomi swings down below the goal line. Centering effort in front. Good active stick. Broke that up. Now it's Topias Haapanen. Haapanen tries to send that in front as a look now for TPS's fourth line in the offensive zone. It's Haapanen and Slavkovsky on either side of Yasu. Ivarsson with a one-timer. That's blocked on the way to the net. And you can tell that Miha Vedlitz felt that. He's going to head for a change. Nearly a turnover in the D-zone, and now a turnover in the D-zone by Penguins. TPS try and send that on net. It was Slavkovsky, but that was broken up. And now Penguins will be back the other way with Ur. Dominic Ur sends it down low, and Suomi gets double-teamed in the far corner. He's going to be slow to his feet on that one. A couple of big bodies, including Urbas. There's Urbas with a shot. Kariev the save. And no rebound critically, as a big Penguins body was cruising in front. We head to the power break in Germany. Scoreless between Pinguins Bremerhaven and TPS Turku in period 1.
Skating lane, so we have time for you guys. Merhaba.
Wir müssen schneller auf die raufgehen. Wenigstens einen langen Stock. Du kannst in der Schussbahn sein. Wenn du siehst, der macht einen richtigen Schuss, dann bist du in der Position. Aber er hat die Scheibe vor sich.
So you get a look there at Nino Kinder, the game-winning goal scorer back on game day 1 in Turku. His shorthanded marker made it 2-0 at the time, ended up standing as the winner. And that was quite a debut for Bremerhaven. But here come TPS through the neutral zone. Trying to race ahead, Rodewald, and now Steenbergen. A couple import players that are certainly going to have to step things up offensively if TPS are to get back into the swing of things in Group A. They currently trail Penguins in second place by 2 points, so really a massive, massive game here on game day 3. Eronen across for Antalainen as this TPS top pairing. Already logging some big minutes this evening here in northern Germany. Long dump in goes right to Maxwell. He's going to hang on with a couple of bodies bearing down. for a face-off in the Penguins zone. Pinguins Bremerhaven, founded in 2002. No national titles just yet, and a first Champions Hockey League appearance. As you see, Jussi Ahokas with his first major coaching appointment this year at TPS. Turku's big club, of course, 11-time Finnish champions in their 6th edition of the Champions Hockey League, so a club that certainly knows all about continental competition. As that puck turned over, there's a hold, centering effort, backhand effort in front. Kadiev the save, puck is loose. And finally it squirts wide. But a golden opportunity on the doorstep for, I believe, Miha Verlitz. That feed going to go a little bit far from Markus Nurmi. Nurmi, another player that Ahokas and his staff will be hoping to see a little bit more out of. Big body, 2016 Ottawa Senators 6th round draft pick. In 51 for TPS tonight. Now Rafkin back behind his own net. There's a turnover. A couple of bodies come together down below the TPS line, and that, unfortunately for Ahokas and his staff, has been a bit of a hallmark through 2 game days for TPS. Some questionable defensive zone turnovers, and they've been burned on more than one occasion, including by this Penguins team, which now has its entire first line back in the form of Urbas, Jeglitz, and Verlitz. Now here's Väisänen. Väisänen peels off a checker, watched by McNeil. Väisänen, good poke check there. 21 in dark red, the 2010 Pittsburgh Penguins draft pick. Former London Knight. As that puck batted down in the neutral zone, and now back in over the line they come with Niklas Arell. Arell backhands that off the side of the net, and he'll go give chase, get to that puck, but Verlitz breaks it up. Now Miha Verlitz through the neutral zone. Verlitz in, head of steam, Verlitz with a shot. That goes wide, blocker side. And you can already see the difference in this Penguins team having that top line going. A couple of big bodies, Jeglitz in the middle, and certainly creating havoc in the TPS zone. As Slavkovsky went back for his defenseman with it. 8:30 to go now in period 1, still scoreless between Penguins and TPS. Long dump in, icing waved off. There's a stretch feed, and Penguins trying to gain the zone there. That was time again. Couldn't get a handle on the loose puck, and now TPS will break away up the left wing side. And over the line they come, peeling off a check there. It was Steenbergen. Back to the line. There's a shot blocked. Another effort off the dasher behind the net. McNeil stripped of the puck. Now Ua brings it around to the near side. Vladimir Eminger in on that puck. Goes across for his partner Stanislav Dietz. Dietz up off the wall, only as far as Antalainen. And Antalainen dragged down. That was Ivarsson, that was dragged down. Now puck to the near sideline, Eminger. Eminger takes a bit of a late hit from Mitch Holtz there, and that's going to be a penalty. As behind the play, Holtz caught Eminger with a bit of a blow to the head, and I think our German officials are going to discuss exactly what this penalty is going to be, but Holtz threw a bit of a late elbow after Eminger dumped it in, and caught him with a late shot up high. And right away you see the official near side, an easy penalty to call. And Mitch Holtz is going to sit for 2 or less. We head to the power break. Pinguins Bremerhaven power play when we return on the banks of the North Sea. Quickly back to action here in Bremerhaven. Immediately the puck hops up into the TPS bench, and the faceoff will stay inside the Finnish visitors zone. Great crowd here at the Ice Arena. Draw one back to the line, Dietz. Cross for Urbas, down below the goal line. Now they go to work. Puck sent to the near side, Jeglitz. Jeglitz works in, backdoor pass. And no dice there. Verlitz, near side, Jeglitz. Jeglitz. Dietz, cross ice, one-timer! And that's up off a body and out of play. Jan Urbas with a big drive. Buck 34 remaining in the penalty to Holtz. Fantastic crowd and atmosphere here at the Ice Arena. As that puck sent the length of the ice, Maxwell loses it. Wraparound effort, great active stick there. It was actually Urbas on the back check. As Brandon Maxwell a little lackadaisical with the puck. Here's Urbas. Urbas over the line. Jan Urbas drives wide, peels off a check, and will go back to the line. Now they get set up. Dietz sent it back down low. Urbas. Urbas holds his shot, blocked by Ivarsson. Couple of bodies come together, and Ivarsson doing some work on the PK. Puck sent back to the line. Here's Dietz. Dietz holds back across to the far point. Centering effort now. Jeglitz. One-timer, Kadyev the save. Follow-up, and another save, Kadyev. They jam away in front, and finally he hangs on for a face-off, and now Eronen gets thrown to the ice. Has everything popping off, but Andrei Kadyev with a fantastic save and another one on the rebound. As a wild scramble in front on the power play for Penguins, and nearly their first goal at home in front of the faithful. 6:07 to go, period 1, 37 seconds left in the penalty to Mitch Holtz, and well, we knew Andrei Kadyev would have to be good in this one, and he certainly has been thus far. Nothing came of that scrum. Verlitz in to take the face-off. Friesen. Friesen and Yasu. Friesen wins it back to the line. Now they'll go to work again. Mosa Anderson peels off a check. Here's Nicholas Mosa Anderson. Near side Friesen. Back to the high point. Now Friesen again. Former Niagara Ice Dogs. Swung up high. And Anders Krogsgaard couldn't handle the pass. And I'll have to backtrack. Former Danish youth team captain Anders Krogsgaard back in the lineup for Pinguins Bremerhaven. He'll send it back, and Holtz is out of the box. Back to even strength we go. Friesen avoids a huge check that was coming. And Rafkin back on it for TPS. He'll send that the length of the ice past Maxwell for an icing against TPS. 5:18 to go in period number 1. Still awaiting the first goal of this hockey game in Bremerhaven. Quick look ahead to game day 4 as you get a look at the crowd. Really enjoying this first continental experience for Penguins, who will host Group A leaders Vekwa. The Lakers come to town on game day 4. TPS facing a tough trip to Sparta Prague, as that's going to be sent back down the ice for another icing against TPS. Reed McNeil back on it. Really all to play for in this group. Vekwa and Sparta Prague underway elsewhere on the continent. You get a look there at Marcus Vikingstad, the Norwegian center for Penguins. He'll square off with TPS captain Johanna Yasu, and a clean win backwards by Yasu. The interesting thing about UCL Hawkes' team, you look at the roster, very, very young. From Juuso Parssinen up front to, we mentioned those 4 under-23s defensemen in the lineup tonight. Long shot from the line, takes a bounce and goes wide, but Those defensive zone turnovers and blunders and sometimes a lack of discipline, oftentimes that's just growing pains when you're dealing with a young defensive core. Here's McNeil in over the line, drop pass. There's a shot redirected just high and wide off the stick of Mitch Wall. You get a look at the 2008 Calgary Flames draft pick, Mitch Wall. His 7th season in Europe, and another look at UCL Hokas. Scoreless here late in period 1. Penguins likely the better team thus far in period number 1. Offensive zone draw, one off the face-off, and a quick shot went high and wide from Mos Anderson. As now Penguins will go to work down below the goal line. Mos Anderson. Weiss side of the net. Puck is loose. They jam away. And Holtz corrals it for TPS. Now Mitch Holtz. Played that up into the slot. Quick shot. Kariev had to be sharp to deny that. As that stretch feed's going to go a little far for Marcus Nurmi. And another icing against TPS. 4:04 to go in period 1. Another look at Thomas Popiesh in his 6th season behind the bench here in Bremerhaven. And pretty remarkable what this club has been able to accomplish with him. Alfred Pry, the team manager. And a lot of continuity as well. Many players on this Penguins team that are in their 4th, 5th, 6th season. As Holtz is going to get whistled down here. Again. A little aggressive on the forecheck. It's going to be a hook, and Mitch Holtz goes right back to the penalty box. Shots 9-4 Penguins, and Mitch Holtz off to a tough start here with that top scorer, Blue Diamond, on his back. With a couple of penalties, Penguins back to the man advantage. As Weiss in to take the face-off against Yasu. Another look at this one, and Holtz just a little too aggressive there on Miha Verlitz. Draw one back to the line. Dietz holds, works the line. Still Dietz, near side Verlitz. Verlitz works in, back to the high point. Now here's Yeglitz. Yeglitz centers it in front. Quick shot. Kariev, the save on the doorstep. As Verlitz was asking all kinds of questions. And it really is incredible watching this Penguins team go to work. This Slovenian top line causing all sorts of problems for TPS. Verlitz in to take the face-off. Urbas and Verlitz, the big bodies. Ziga Yeglitz kind of working off the half wall. Now here's Dietz. Dietz holds, sends it down into the end boards. Now around Urbas. Urbas back to Dietz, works the line. Dietz fakes the shot, swings it wide. Centering effort, tipped. Kariev the save. And again, it was Micha Verlitz with a good active stick. As finally, TPS will get to that puck and clear it out. Not far enough to get a change. And here's Urbas. Urbas to the near half wall. Now Dietz. Dietz coming off a career year offensively with 25 points. As Bremerhaven go to work on the power play. Down below the goal line, Yeglitz. Centering effort in front. Too far for anyone to handle. Yeglitz holds the line. Swings it across ice. Urbas. Down below the goal line now, Urbas again. Up high, here's Dietz. Dietz back to Urbas. Urbas holds, centers. Yeglitz shot. Oh, just wide. As the crowd thought it was in. Puck to the line and down the ice. Finally, TPS get the much-needed change. But what an effort from the Penguins' top unit. As here's Krogsgaard starting ahead. Krogsgaard through the neutral zone. That puck sent in deep. Antalainen first to it, and he'll fling that back all the way down the ice. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Holtz. Now here's Krogsgaard. Krogsgaard being worked on there. So head slowly up the right wing side. They come in over the line, but turn back, and Rodewald will send that off a dasher. And now here come TPS. Halts out of the box. It's a 2-on-2. In over the line, Hakarainen with a shot, and Maxwell gloves that and hangs on for a face-off with the appreciative Penguins crowd behind him. As you see, 2018 Chicago Blackhawks draft pick, Mikael Hakarainen. Another player that TPS is going to be expecting some offense from this year. Came in off the rush 2-on-2. Nice job using Eminga as a bit of a screen, and Maxwell the glove save. Draw one there by Vikingstad. Played up the right wing side and chipped ahead. Now a foot race for it. A little far for Ross Maurman, and an icing called against Penguins. Maurman not too thrilled with said call. Great atmosphere here tonight in Bremerhaven at the Ice Arena. D-zone draw won by Penguins. Stretch feed as they'll try and come in over the line, and that's called down on an offside hand pass. There were a number of things they could have called there against Maurman to blow the play dead. Face-off will come back into the neutral zone. Love that little flag on the chest of each of these teams. Nice, clean uniforms for the Champions Hockey League. And, of course, every team's home and away jersey available on the CHL shop. Here's Ivarsson. Back on it, TPS. Up the right wing side they come. Here's Holtz. Holtz tries the drop pass. Now Sandberg turned back on the half wall, and Vikingstad will fling that to the right wing side as we enter the final minute of play in period number 1. There's a turnover now, trying to work out with it Wall. Wall back in the lineup as well for Penguins. Was not in the lineup in Finland back on game day 1. That puck flung in deep into the Penguins zone, sent around to the far side by McNeil. Played ahead into the neutral zone, and now here come Penguins in over the line. Head of steam. There's a shot. Kutiev the save. And there was a big rebound that needed to be dealt with there. McGinn plays it ahead, trying to find Uhr. Now Dominic Uhr into the near corner. McGinn back to the line. McNeil sends that on net and wide blocker side. 20 seconds remaining in period 1. Ivarsson. Couple bodies going to work in the far corner. McGinn. And Ironen tried to come away with it. 5 seconds left in period 1. Maybe one last chance for Penguins. Doesn't look like it, as Pitia will backtrack with it as the horn goes. Period 1 in the books here in Bremerhaven. Penguins 0, TPS 0. And it's all to play for with 40 minutes remaining. Don't go anywhere, folks. More Group A action ahead from the Ice Arena, Bremerhaven. You're watching Champions Hockey League, second period on deck. Welcome back inside the Ice Arena Bremerhaven here on the banks of the North Sea. Scoreless through 20 minutes of play between TPS and Pinguins Bremerhaven. As you get a look at Maximilian Franzleb, the backup, made a boatload of saves in their 5-0 loss at Vekwa. And we can give you an out-of-town update as well from Prague. Johan Lundberg has given the Vekwa Lakers a 1-0 lead on the road at Sparta Prague. Now, what that would mean for the group is essentially wide open in the race for second, but Vekwa would be, if that holds, 6 points clear on 9 points if they can hang on for the regulation win in Prague. TPS take back to the ice. You get another look at Andrei Karyev there behind the Rowdies in the Penguins fan zone behind the net. And they'll be in his ear throughout this second period. He was excellent. We saw in the highlight pack a couple of big-time saves from the Russian netminder. Came into this one with a 913 save percentage and a 197 goals against thus far in CHL play over 2 games. Pretty identical to what he did last year in the Liga. 917 save percentage and a 198 goals against in 36 games. Micha Verlitz leads Penguins back onto the ice. And if there was one man to break this deadlock through 20 minutes, it would have been him. A couple of great redirections in front. And a quick release as well off that half wall. You get a look at Philip Sandberg there. Scored the late consolation goal in the 2-1 defeat against Penguins on home ice back on August 27th. Former HV71 standout. Also spent 2 seasons with the San Jose Barracuda of the American Hockey League. And again, Jussi Ahokas. Always a teaching moment and always quick to the drawing board with this young TPS team, as he has to be. Thomas Popiesh in charge of a bit more of a veteran roster in Bremerhaven. Great crowd in attendance here at the Ice Arena as we get set. Period 2. Juuso Parssinen out to take the draw. TPS will need plenty more from him offensively if they want to crawl back into Group A play. Draw won by Parssinen backwards. Eronen, now Antalainen. Another great night for continental hockey here. The Champions Hockey League. What a special competition this is. Parssinen doing battle with his opposite number there in the offensive zone as he went to work. Now trying to work off the half wall. Parssinen spins off a check. Still Juuso Parssinen. Tries to spin, send that on net, back to the line. Eronen, now Antalainen, lost the handle. He'll cycle it back down low. Parssinen leaves it for Steenbergen. Steenbergen's centering effort broken up on the way to the net. And Elmeri Eronen with a nice backhand saucer feed to Antalainen, former Moncton Wildcat in Canada's major junior circuit. Now here's Stanislav Dietz. Interesting note when you look at this top pairing, Eminger and Dietz for Penguins, both Czech-German dual nationals that grew up playing the bulk of their hockey in the Czech Republic and have now both ended up in Bremerhaven. So interesting little note there. A couple of big bodies, not a lot getting through them, that's for sure. As Emil Vito sent that around. Puck held in at the far point, long shot, wide blocker side of Karyev. Puck squirts up off the inboards. Now left there. And Emil Vito surveys the scene as his forward unit goes for a change. Long change here in period number 2. There's Vito, the Detroit Red Wings third-round draft pick. Back on loan this year, but certainly a player that you're going to see in North America sooner rather than later. Emil Vito eating big minutes for this TPS team. Now Hakkarainen. Hakkarainen winds up in his own zone. Hakkarainen up off the wall. There's a great outlet feed. Quick shot off the rush. Maxwell the save. And he'll hang on for a face-off. As you get another look there at Mikhail Pitya. Columbus Blue Jackets 4th rounder in 2020, a guy that's looking to take the next step in his career, has certainly been energetic in kind of an all-situations type role for Jussi Ahokas' team. Curious how much higher his offensive ceiling can go. There's a centering effort in front. Never made it on net, though. Puck hopped up as you see Juraj Slavkovsky out on the ice. Young Slovak, another one to keep an eye on as that puck the length of the ice. Eronen back on it in his own zone. A little bit of a size mismatch between this Penguins forward core. Long shot, Kariev the save, puck loose in front, follow-up effort. And Kariev had to be good again. With a couple players on the doorstep, including Nino Kinder, who's already beat him once in the competition. But again, a bit of a size mismatch, especially with the Penguins' top line, third line. You got some big bodies out there against that TPS top pairing of Antalainen and Eronen. A little bit of a size mismatch. Going to be curious to see how TPS's D handle that moving forward. Eminger with a shot. That's a pad save by Kariev. Now puck played up off a body and out of play. Face-off will stay inside the TPS zone as you get a look at Jack Rodewald. Juuso Parssinen looking to build on last year's 42-point performance as a 19-year-old. Great to see the crowd. Fantastic atmosphere here at the Ice Arena in Bremerhaven. First Champions Hockey League home game for the Penguins, and the crowd making themselves heard. There's a great effort in front from Urbas, and Kariev had to be sharp. Follow-up from the point goes just wide. There's a drive by Eminger and a save by Kariev as Penguins starting to come on strong with the crowd into it behind them in the offensive zone. It was Urbas shaking his head after that opportunity on the doorstep again. Another D-zone turnover from TPS, and Kariev called into action as Antalainen lost the handle. And that is fantastic to see. Puck sent back to the line. It was Lutz, now down below the goal line. A couple bodies come together. Friesen was taken down. The crowd wanted a penalty. None coming. Here's Dominic Uhr. Back to the line. There's a drive blocked on the way to the net. And finally, TPS will try and come away. Vito. And we've seen it at times. TPS for long stretches just struggling to find any kind of flow offensively, both against Penguins on game day 1 and against Sparta Prague. Just struggling for a little bit of offense. Here's an opportunity. In over the line. Quick shot from Sandberg and a save by Maxwell, and that's going to cause a scrum as Nurmi was in the vicinity, and boy, that's a losing battle for that linesman there. Nurmi and Ty McGinn with about 5-6 inches on him, but a valiant effort to break that one up, and McGinn sharing a laugh with him after the scrum. Gets a tap from Brandon Maxwell. There's Ty McGinn, 89 NHL games, and now his second season overseas for the former Ottawa 67 and Gatineau Olympique. Well-traveled in the North American game and loving life overseas, the former Philadelphia Flyers draft pick. As you see Maxwell the save, and then it was Nurmi that just drove the net, and McGinn stepped right in and said, not so fast there, big guy. Gotta think if you're a TPS fan, you're liking seeing that engagement factor from Marcus Nurmi. It's been a quiet couple of game days for him. Certainly a power forward type that TPS are going to want to see more from offensively this year. Former Ottawa Senators draft pick. Krogsgaard goes across for his partner. Now up through the neutral zone. Mauerman leaves it, gets it back. Here's Ross Mauerman off the left wing side. Mauerman backdoor pass looking for Krogsgaard. That was broken up. He went barreling into Kariev. Play continues. Here come TPS the other way. Holding, and a nice job to break up the lane there. Here's Väisänen. Kali Väisänen loses the handle to Mauerman on a stick check, and pucks back into the neutral zone. A little bit of 4-on-4 after that scrum, in case you missed it. Things opening up. Vito, stretch feed. Here come TPS in over the line. There's a shot. Maxwell the save with the shoulder. And a big rebound. Pops to the line. Held in there. Slavkovsky. Keep an eye on him. Big time Slovak prospect. Here's Slavkovsky down below the goal line. Back up high Antalainen. Antalainen tries to go back post. He was looking for Nurmi. That was broken up. And now played ahead, a little hot for Mos Anderson. And Vito back in his own zone. That's Rafkin. Now drops it for Vito. And here's Emil Vito. Up through the neutral zone with a head of steam. Vito, drop pass. Here come TPS. There's a quick shot. Wide of the net. Here's Rafkin. Rafkin cycled low. Trying to find Steenbergen. He blew the handle, and now back the other way with a head of steam. Here come Penguins. Trying to drive in was Mos Anderson. Mos Anderson rubs his man out. Good battle, and now Rafkin's going to peel off a check, and both teams will look for a change. Ruben Rafkin rewarded with more ice time here. Started the competition last week as a seventh defenseman, and there's a long drive on Maxwell, whistled down on an offside, and the face-off will come back into the neutral zone with 14:11 to go in period 2. You got to look at Niklas Arell, one of the veterans on the back end for TPS, 30 years old. Him and Elmeri Eronen, the only real vets on the back end for TPS tonight. There's Mike Moore, the captain for Bremerhaven. 467 games in the American Hockey League for him. As that puck sent the length of the ice for an icing against the hosts. Faceoff will come back down towards Brandon Maxwell in the Penguins zone. Well, Bremerhaven, certainly the better of the two teams thus far, and if it weren't for Andrei Karyev, opposite Brandon Maxwell, this game is probably a 1 or 2-0 affair in favor of the hosts. Patch Alber sends it around to the far side. Alber in number 50 tonight for Penguins, former Boston College man. As looked like an offside there. Regardless, Penguins back on it in their own zone with Urbas. Urbas left it for a teammate, and now that is stripped of the puck. That was Nurmi in on the forecheck. Marcus Nurmi looking a little more engaged tonight. There he gets bowled over by Jan Urbas, but gets back up and wins the puck. Here's Nurmi. Nurmi, centering effort. Now Mitch Holtz, a little bit more size as the lines get mixed. There's a long shot off the leg and wide. Yimi Swami pinches to hold the zone only momentarily as there's a stretch feed just a little far for Urbas. He would have been in one-on-one against Niklas Arell. Now Arell starts ahead. There's a turnover at his own line. Back in over the line. There's Penguins with a shot. That one wide off the stick of Alex Friesen. And now Friesen again. Another defensive zone turnover from TPS. None the worse for it, though. And back in over the line was Pitia. Sent back. Friesen, backdoor pass. There's a shot. Karyev the save. Urbas was alone on the doorstep. And all kinds of questions being asked now as you get a look at Simon Stovasser for the first time. We head to the power break in Bremerhaven. Still scoreless, TPS and Penguins.
Only thing what is now, we have to be fucking smarter with the puck. Kiekon menetyksistä ne saa peliin. Järkevämpi kiekolla, huoli kiekolla. Toinen juttu, joka ikinä aloitus. Nyt pitää tavoittaa aloituksia. Hei. Let's start fucking winning face-offs. And smarter with the puck. No turnovers to them anymore. Okay.
You heard Jussi Ahokas on the TPS bench there. Be expletive smarter with the puck. And certainly the order of the day, Penguins much better at even strength. And if it weren't for Andrei Karyev in net, this would certainly be at least one, probably 2-goal lead for the hosts. There's a D-zone draw won by Yasu. Again, you see Ahokas going to the veteran captain's fourth line there, right out of the power break. Fantastic atmosphere tonight in Bremerhaven. A tight barn, a great crowd, certainly enjoying their continental debut thus far in Group A. Ivarsson goes to work on Dominic Ure, the one-time Pittsburgh Penguin. Good battle there now. Ivarsson and Ure still working. Puck sent around to the far side. Yasu spins off a check. Turns it over. Centering effort in front, and Slavkovsky had to backtrack. And a good active stick from the young Slovak ended that opportunity. Here's a breakaway opportunity. Racing in they come. Quick shot. Kariev, the blocker, save as he got it up to deny Ross Mauerman. Now a 3-on-2 back the other way. In over the line, Hoppanen. Peeled back at the offensive line as he lost the handle, and TPS will just fling that in deep and look for a change. Up through the neutral zone, Vito with a good active skate to break that up. Now Eronen. Eronen peels off a check. Saucers that back for his partner Vito. Now Vito. Left wing side they come. Here's Steenbergen. Steenbergen tried the inside out. Vito pays a big price to hold the zone as he took a heavy bump. Now Kinder. Nino Kinder. Working on Eronen, who pinched down from the line. Nice job by Kinder, and he's back the other way. Here come Penguins with a head of steam. There's a shot off the rush, wide blocker side. Game starting to pick up some speed now as that's sent back down the ice. Vikingstad swings it across to the far side. Krogsgaard dropped it off. Trying to work in was Mose Anderson. Couldn't handle that pass. And now we'll slow things down as you got to look at these shots. 21-9 in favor of Penguins. No real surprise seeing those numbers as Vito lost the line and faceoff will come back out on the offside. 10:22 to go. As here was that stretch feed. Mauerman came racing in and Kariev had to be sharp. Andrei Kariev, well-traveled. Goaltender in his mid-20s. Andy on the mask. And certainly going to have a big role to play behind this young D-core for TPS this season. As we see Miha Verlitz for the first time in a while. Slovenian top line going to work here for the Penguins. Now Jeglitz. Jeglitz cycles it down low. Lost the handle, but again, TPS stripped of the puck far too easily in their D-zone. Puck sent back to the line and too far, as that'll be flipped in deep. Rafkin back on it now. Here's Ruben Rafkin. Loves to wind it up. Here's Rafkin. Pass up the right wing side. There's a quick drive. Wide of the net off the stick of Sandberg. And TPS back on it in their own zone. Winding up. Here's Arel. Swami. The 18-year-old. He loves to gather steam and rush the puck up through the neutral zone. We've seen that early and often in this Champions Hockey League campaign from Yimi Swami. Great outlet feed up the left wing side. Here come the Penguins in over the line. Long shot gloved by Kariev. And he'll hang on for a face-off. 9:09 remaining in period 2. And Andrei Kariev, the man of the hour, keeping TPS in this hockey game. As you see time again there. Tomas Popiesh overseeing the scenes here at the Ice Arena. Yasu in to take the draw, and it's another win for Penguins. Eronen hauls his man down, no penalty coming. Good battle, and now Stanislav Dietz trying to play it back to the line. Hoppanen trying to work on his man, and now finally TPS clear the neutral zone, but again, not a ton going on as Yasu rode his man into the boards, and well, they're certainly letting them play as they like to say in North America. Dietz is going to send that the length of the ice. Antalainen now through the neutral zone, chipped in deep by TPS. Long stretch feed, and flinging that right back in was Ross Maurman, who's earned himself some more ice time here. Very much a bottom six role for him in Turku last week, but Maurman with that breakaway speed, as that's going to go for an ice, earning some more ice time here in his 6th season overseas. Ross Maurman, former Providence College captain. You got to look at Tyler Steenbergen there. Steenbergen, of course, part of Team Canada at the 2018 World Junior Hockey Championships, and had 102 points that season with the Swift Current Broncos. Be looking for some offensive production out of him, and he scored a big one to earn TPS a share of the spoils against Sparta Prague on game day 2. Somehow, some way, still scoreless here in Bremerhaven, not for a lack of opportunities, as the hosts have been buzzing in the offensive zone. Puck to the line, sent on net. Kariev deflects that one wide. Now to the near side. Here's Krogsgaard. Winds, fires. That's wide glove side. Now Lutz sends that towards the net off a stick out of play. Face-off is going to stay inside the TPS zone with 7:43 to go, and Thomas Popiesh has to be happy with what he's seeing from his team at this point in time.
The next is Stano and Emminger. Hey! Nee. Stano, Emma, come here.
They know. I told them.
Yeah? Ozone play.
As you hear Thomas Popiesh, we head to the power break, scoreless in Bremerhaven.
Sieltä pitää olla fiksu kiekolla hei. Ei oo mitään muuta. Ja sitten aletaan...
Back to action with an offensive zone face-off for Penguins. Miha Verlitz sharing a chuckle with the official. Interesting how him and Ziga Yeglitz kind of rotate through that center slot. Another draw won by Penguins. They'll set up. Centering effort. Kariev finds it and gloves it. But again, it just feels like a matter of time in front of the home fans as Penguins continue to buzz at even strength. Another draw won by Penguins. Back to the line. Long shot. Hit a body. Didn't make it to the net. Nice job by Holtz to knock that down. Puck sent in deep. Nurmi in a foot race with Eminger. And Eminger wins it. Puck played up the right wing side and now back ahead. Verlitz. Cross ice. Eminger. Backdoor pass looking for Yeglitz. Now to the high point. There's a drive. Urbas shot tipped in front. And Kariev had to squeeze the 5-hole shot. Pretty funny watching Yimi Suomi work on Miha Verlitz there in front. Verlitz kind of going, okay, all right, I've got about 2 heads of height on you. Here's another look. Kariev had to shut that 5-hole down with Verlitz in front. You saw Ziga Yeglitz, the drop pass, and Urbas. Bit of a rolling puck. Didn't get all of it, but Andrei Kariev still had to be sharp. That draw won by Hakarainen, straight back to Kariev, and he'll hang on for a face-off to his left. We'll reset. 7:06 to go, period 2. Champions Hockey League Game Day 3 action here in Bremerhaven for the first time ever at the Ice Arena. Here's Hakarainen. Tried to gain the line. He did. Hakarainen, bad angle shot, and a right pad save by Maxwell. Puck held in at the line, flipped in deep. Mike Moore now goes across for his partner. There's a D-zone turnover from the Penguins. Now Pitia tried to walk out with it. That's turned over and flipped back into the neutral zone. And, again, very nearly a dangerous turnover. That time it was Pitya almost getting busted. Oh, and a high hit there. There's a spinorama. A little bit of a pick at the offensive line. Now working in, here come Turku. Down below the goal line. Wheeling to the high point, and that's a turnover. One back by TPS. To the line, Vito sends that on net, off a leg and wide. TPS starting to buzz now. To the near side, Vito. Vito sends it on net, right pad save Maxwell. Back to the line, and again, Vito pinches to hold the line. Mauerman, though, almost turned it over. Now Christian Weiss to the neutral zone. Moore, end of a long shift. He'll flip that in deep, and Vito back on it. TPS with their first bit of sustained zone time at even strength in quite some time. Nearly too many men there on Penguins. Vikingstad in over the line. Marcus Vikingstad. Far corner getting worked on there. Ends up getting taken down by Parsonen. As that puck chipped in deep, Reed McNeil first to it, and he'll backhand that to the near side and away from danger. Losing the handle there was Patch Albert, and he goes back for McNeil. Stretch feet up the left wing side. Here's a 2-on-1 centering effort in front, back door. And unable to really get good hands on it was Vikingstad. Now Vikingstad down below the goal line. He gets pinned there. Good battle in the near corner. And Vikingstad wins that. Leaves it for Mose Anderson. He played it back to the line. Nobody home. And listen to that crowd. Urbas. Urbas works to the far half wall, to the line. Now cycled back in deep, and Arel. Arel plays it up the right wing side, turned over to Urbas, and again, Turku not able to clear the lines. There's a drop pass, quick shot, Kariev the save, and he hangs on with Verlitz on the doorstep. 4:16 to go in period 2. And Andrei Kariev putting in a performance for the ages to keep TPS in this game. The ice arena is going here tonight in Bremerhaven, but can they solve TPS's Russian netminder? Puck to the line. Cycled low. Centering effort off a leg, right back into the corner. Now Verlitz. Verlitz pinned there by Antalainen, and it was a good job from the TPS defenseman to use his body on the bigger forward. Now Verlitz swings that right back into the near corner. Ironen back on it. Pays the price, but advances the puck back into the neutral zone. Now racing away right wing side, taking a bump. Trying to make something happen there was Ur. Penguins, a completely different team here at home with their Slovenian top talent back in the lineup. Now Nurmi. Nurmi tried to gain the offensive line. Maxwell with a poke check, cleared it away, and now here come Penguins. There's a turnover, though, at the defensive line. Hakarainen tried to find Väisänen. Väisänen was already heading back towards the neutral zone, though, and nothing came of it. Albert leaves that behind his net for Dietz, Stanislav Dietz. Played into the neutral zone, and TPS back on it. 3 minutes and change to go in period 2. Vito up off the glass. Hakarainen from a bad angle, and Maxwell the save. No rebound off the shot from the 2018 Chicago Blackhawks draft pick. Brandon Maxwell, not a ton to do in this hockey game so far, but he was sharp there with the glove, taking that away kind of low glove side to force a face-off to his right. 2:58 to go here in period 2. We'll get an out-of-town scoreboard check for you in just a moment on the other Group A action. Puck back to the line. Here's Yimi Suomi. Suomi. Face-offs 21-14 in favor of the hosts. Now Mitch Wall plays it up off the wall and back into the neutral zone. Long dump in, stick save from Maxwell. Plays it to nobody in particular. And now Hoppanen. Hoppanen turned it over and it sent the length of the ice. Still 1-0 in Prague between group leaders Vekwa and Sparta Prague. The Lakers looking to make it 3 from 3 to begin the group stage. There's a little toe drag, centering effort. Hompanen couldn't get to it. That was Yuri Slavkovsky. Now and over the line they come. Bad angle shot off the stick of Vladimir Eminger that hopped into the play. Nothing doing, but a penalty coming behind the play. And yeah, pretty clear slash. Wasn't behind the play. It was a two-handed whack from Antalainen on Eminger. And a major opportunity now for Penguins right in front of the home fans. So nice job by Vladimir Eminger. More of a shutdown defenseman, but can join the rush on occasion. Gonna look there at Ziga Yeglitz. Another look at the slash, two-handed from Antalainen on Eminger, and crowd on its feet here for the power play. Urbas. Jan Urbas off a leg, now he cycles it low. Yeglitz. Back for Urbas. Urbas centering effort in front, nobody home. Yeglitz. Yeglitz. Hold, still Yeglitz. Up top, Dietz. Near side, Urbas with a drive. That's wide and high. Backdoor pass, there's a one-timer. Kariev the save, and Urbas didn't get all of it. That's the second or third time it's happened tonight. Urbas has worked off the half wall and not quite gotten all of a key scoring opportunity, as there's Andrei Kariev. Some well-earned water. A fantastic crowd tonight, urging on the Penguins in their Champions Hockey League home debut. A draw win so clean for TPS, it ended up on the far side of the zone. Now Rafkin. Rafkin peels away and expertly sends that down the ice. Maxwell's going to leave it for Dietz. Barring a goal, this power play is going to take us right to the end of period 2. In over the line they come. Urbas blew a tire, sent to the line, held in. Now near side. They go back up top. Near side Urbas. Urbas redirected, a save by Kariev on the Vedlitz deflection. Near side Urbas. Urbas holds, shoots, and blocked on the way to the net. Cleared the length of the ice, and TPS will look to change all 4. Back on it, Dietz. Dietz, stretch feed through the neutral zone, and Penguins will regain the line. Time again. Tried to play it back to the point, it's turned over, and now one-on-one away shorthanded. In over the line is Rodewald. Hakarainen takes a bump, sends it around to the far side. And TPS will retreat back into their own zone and kill some more time off the clock here. A nervy penalty kill, a couple of big saves from Kariev, but it appears we're going to be all square heading to period 3. In over the line, last rush, McGinn. Backdoor pass, centering effort in front. No shot coming. As the horn goes on period number 2, still scoreless in Bremerhaven between the Penguins and TPS Turku. Not for a lack of trying, a fantastic period for the hosts, who, it's fair to say, deserve a lead. TPS hanging on by the skin of Andrei Kariev's neck. We head to period 3 in Bremerhaven, scoreless between TPS and Penguins. Period 3 on deck, you're watching Champions Hockey League action. Welcome back inside the Ice Arena Bremerhaven here on the banks of the North Sea. Scoreless through 40 minutes of play. As you see TPS Turku, Ruben Rafkin and company getting ready to try and hang on for another 20 minutes. And Pinguins Bremerhaven certainly the better side in that middle frame, but Andrei Karyev keeping this young TPS team in the running. By all accounts, it should be 1 or 2-0 in favor of the hosts, but the Russian netminder has stood tall for TPS Turku. Here comes Brandon Maxwell leading the Penguins back out onto the ice. As you get another look at TPS, it's a very, very young team under Jussi Ahokas, and certainly have shown some of that youth. A couple of big-time mistakes in the D-zone, as here come Penguins in search of their second win of the group stage. There you get a look at Jan Urbas. A couple of big-time opportunities on the power play. Fanned on a few. Karyev was excellent to deny a couple of other ones. Jack Rodewald getting things set in the TPS tunnel there, number 12, former Ottawa Senator. And here comes Andrei Karyev. Showdown. 6 shots, 4 blocks. Jan Urbas, 10 shot attempts in 12 minutes tonight. Likes to grip it and rip it. And certainly a different Penguins team with him, Ziga Jeglitz, and Miha Verlic all back from Slovenian national team duty. As we get set for period number 3 in Bremerhaven. There's Mikael Hakarainen. He's had a few opportunities tonight off the rush. Smaller role now with Juuso Parssinen back centering the top line, so Hakarainen reduced to more of a third line, checking line role alongside Kali Väisänen and Mikael Pitya tonight. But has actually looked quite good. Been one of the more energetic forwards. And there is the man of the hour, Andrei Karyev. Fantastic in the opening 40 minutes of play. Brandon Maxwell, 13 saves on 13 shots. He has had to be sharp on occasion as well, but Karyev, definitely the man of the hour. There's Vladimir Iminger, shutdown defenseman alongside Stanislav Dietz. As we're back to action. Period 3 underway. Jeglitz wins the draw back, and Penguins control off the face-off. Dietz deflected in deep by Jeglitz. Antalainen first to it, sent around to the far point, held in there by Iminger. Iminger back to the line and poked ahead. Stanislav Dietz back on it. As we mentioned, Dietz coming off a career-high 25 points last season. Seen that with a few players in this competition. Think of Mlada Boleslav captain Martin Shevts. Defensemen finding their offensive stride later on in the back half of their careers. Different roles, different opportunities, power play looks, whatever it might be. Figuring it out. Centering effort. Urbas in front. Great move to the backhand. Saved by Karyev. Dietz with a drive. Scores! Stanislav Dietz pounds one into the North Sea, and it's 1-0 Penguins. Stanislav Dietz with an absolute blast. It was a long time coming, and Bremerhaven take the 1-0 lead. Karyev with a great save initially, and Dietz just rifles it. Past Karyev, it was a fantastic left pad save initially. Urbas the feed, and Dietz pounds it home, sending the Ice Arena into rapture. 1-0. The hosts lead on Stanislav Dietz's second of the competition. Buckle up, we are in for a great finish now as TPS are going to have to break out of their shell and find something. back to action as the in-arena announcer getting the crowd fired up. Jan Urbas with a great feed on that goal as well. The presence of mind to just backhand it on a tee for Dietz. And Stanislav Dietz with no mistake. There's a turnover again by TPS, and over the line they come. Drop pass, there's a backhand, unable to get a shot away. Friesen centering effort, save Kadiev, and it's cleared off the line. Back now, McNeil with a drive. That's blocked. Another shot by McNeil. And TPS scrambling now. McNeil back on it. Centering effort in front, rolls to Maxwell, and he's going to hang on. No, he's going to play that with Nurmi in the vicinity. Friesen now, down below the goal line, and McNeil will just ring that around the boards. Foot race for it, and Mauerman beats out the icing. Great effort by Ross Mauerman there, and another almost turnover from TPS, but now they're away 3-on-2. In over the line they come. Quick shot, Maxwell, the kick save. Now back the other way, here come Penguins. This game's starting to open up now. Away, here's Weiss. Weiss had it knocked off his stick. Mauerman takes a bump. Big hit on the in wall by Väisänen. Long drive tipped in front, just wide blocker side of Kadiev. Back on it, Simon Stolvasser. Stolvasser settles it down. Played up off the wall, and now with a head of steam up the left wing side, here's Kinder. Nino Kinder with a shot. Glove save Kadiev, and he hangs on for a face-off, but TPS need to be careful here as Penguins starting to buzz in period 3. As the long shot redirected just wide by Mitch Wall. Yet another look at this drive, and a big save from Kadiev cleared off the line by Ruben Rafkin. TPS in danger of letting this one slip away. There's a big D-zone draw in from Johanni Yasu. Puck played up off the wall into the neutral zone. Only as far as Sandberg, and it was turned back. Kadiev. Again, another defensive zone turnover. Now Ivarsson recovers. Kinder centers it in front. Unable to get a stick on it was Mose Anderson. Back down low, Vikingstad. Vikingstad getting worked on by Ironen, and Ironen wins that puck battle. Now stretch feed, a little far. Trying to drive the net there. Hoppanen back to the line. There's a drive through traffic, and it went wide. Back around to the far side, and Hoppanen's going to play that back into his own zone. Stretch feed, Rafkin tried to saucer it ahead. That's turned back, and TPS will have to backtrack. It's going to go for an icing against Penguins. 16:24 to go in period 3. Stanislav Dietz's point shot. The difference right now, and you can see the concern on Jussi Ahokas' face as TPS in danger, if this score holds, of falling 5 points back of second place. Where will the offense come from? It was a question going into the season for TPS, with the likes of Josh Kestner departing for Vladivostok, Lori Pajuniemi signing an ELC with the Rangers, and of course we saw Ruslan Ishakov score earlier in the competition with his new team Adler Mannheim. 3 of TPS's top 4 scorers from last year gone. Where will the offense come from? And so far, through 8 periods of play, just 3 goals for TPS. They've certainly been hard-pressed to create opportunities tonight. Long dump in. Stick save Kadiev, and another turnover in the D-zone. Squirts out into the slot and turned away. Now here's Holtz. Mitch Holtz winds through the neutral zone. Great outlet pass up the left wing side. He was looking for Sandberg, the former San Jose Barracuda. Played around to the near side, McGinn. Ur got a face wash for his efforts along the near wall. Rafkin plays that off a leg. It falls to Sandberg. To the line. There's a drive. And Maxwell there with the glove, and he'll hang on for a face-off off the Emil Vito point shot. 15:13 to go in period 3. Penguins appearing to be in control of this one. However, it's a one-goal hockey game, and anything can happen in a one-goal game. As you see the drop-off there. Quick shot from the point. No traffic, no problem If you're TPS, you'd like to see Marcus Nurmi a little more involved in front, making life more difficult for the Penguins netminder. Puck played to the line, held in by TPS. Now trying to work in, they come. There's a shot off the half wall. Bounced off a leg and wide all the way down the ice. Nicholas Arel back on it. Arel, drop feed. Almost turned over. Here's Kali Väisänen. Väisänen in over the line left side. Väisänen shot off the rush, and Maxwell a save, no rebound with Pitya knocking on the doorstep. 14:48 now to go in period 3. Quick update from Prague. Sparta have leveled things up. Vladimir Sabatka with his first ever CHL goal. And they're tied at 1 after 40 minutes of play. Clearing attempt goes the length of the ice, and an offside called on Ross Maurman. He didn't love it. Faceoff's going to come all the way back, as otherwise Penguins were away with an opportunity. Thomas Popiesh surveying the scene as the crowd looks on here in Bremerhaven. Great crowd, great energy tonight in the Penguins' home debut. Linesman takes a spill, got tangled up with Hoppanen, puck played to the line. Held there, long shot, wide blocker side, chipped ahead. Good response here from TPS after an initial flurry since trailing. Weiss gets filled in, plays it around to the far side. Up off the wall, and TPS right back on it. Spinning off a check was Jimi Suomi. Swings it across to the far side. And now TPS will reset with Suomi, the 18-year-old. Plays it up the right wing side. Trying to come away with a head of steam was Rodewald. Haven't seen too much of him tonight. Kinder plays that ahead all the way past Mos Anderson and all the way down the ice to Antalainen. Aleksi Antalainen winding his way through the neutral zone. Tries the toe drag, and that's broken up. Vikingstad plays that back for his defenseman. And now he'll direct that. Oh, he gets filled into the TPS bench. Big hit there in the neutral zone. Here's Antalainen back in his own zone. Aleksi Antalainen reverses. And now racing ahead up the right wing side. Here's Holtz. Holtz takes a big hit from Stanislav Dietz. Nurmi turns it over. There's a stretch feed, and here's a breakaway opportunity. Urbas in, scores! Jan Urbas! Possibly the icing on the cake, and it's 2-0 Penguins. The feed was fantastic, and Jan Urbas with the quick shot finish. As it was Urbas all alone in behind Rafkin, and he beats Kariev high over the glove side shoulder. The crowd on its feet, they love it in Bremerhaven. Back in the lineup, back on the score sheet, and likely back in the win column tonight. 2-0 for the Penguins here in Bremerhaven. You could feel that goal coming all night for Jan Urbas. 10 shot attempts entering the third period. He was sprung in alone. As there you have it, the crowd certainly giving it their all tonight here in Bremerhaven, and rewarded with a classy performance through 48 minutes from the hosts. Here's Emil Vidal. And again for TPS thus far tonight, a game they've certainly been in. Andrei Kariev has held them in it, but simply second best thus far, and very difficult to see where 2 goals will come from for them tonight. Here's Nurmi. Sends that in deep past Maurman. Big hit there from Slavkovsky. playing the body, and you can be sure NHL scouts will be all over Juraj Slavkovsky in the months and season or two ahead. Big-time prospect out of Slovakia. That puck cycled down below the goal line. Mitch Wall on it now. Wall back to the line. McNeil, his shot through traffic. Kariev the save. And he'll hang on for a face-off with 11:39 to go in period 3. Penguins by 2 here at the Ice Arena in Bremerhaven as we head to the power break.
Edelleen, hey, we need to fucking support easy passes and we have to get to their zone. Then we need the fucking shots there, the rebound there tulee, the rebound shots. Edelleen, hei. Kiekko huolellisuus. Älä ylipelaa. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
You know the guys.
Back to action in Bremerhaven. Kinder's shot off a leg and up out of play. 11:30 to go now in period 3. And it's all Penguins in this one. As you got to look at Jack Rodewald, second season overseas for the Manitoba, Canada native. Puck played ahead, giving chase there. Steenbergen, it's been a quieter night for him. He was very active against Sparta Prague in the 3-2 shootout loss on game day 2, but not quite as energetic here on the road against a Penguins team that is well drilled and rolling lines as well. Here's Steenbergen. Spins off a check. Getting worked on there by Eminga. Steenbergen back to the line, swung across, far side, Antalainen with a shot, and Maxwell gets bowled over and then fallen on as Rodewald was taken in by Mike Moore. We'll get another look at this as it was sent to the far side. Antalainen shot, and Moore just takes Rodewald right into his own netminder right there, and then he falls right on Maxwell. That's not a pretty scene, to be sure. A little bit of frustration on the TPS bench as they trail this one 2-0, and frankly, deservedly so. Penguins certainly the better team thus far. Looking very capable of advancing from Group A in their Champions Hockey League debut. Yeglitz wins that draw backwards. Now Stolvasser. Played to the near side. Urbas, the goal scorer, sends it in deep, and TPS will be back on it. Played only as far as Urbas, and he gets taken down. No call coming, and it's sent the length of the ice. Bit of a lucky break for TPS there, as it certainly looked like Urbas had his legs taken out. Here is the Slovenian winger. Flings it ahead. He was looking for Vedlitz. That was a little far. Again, TPS just trying to wind up the breakout in the D zone. Here's Rafkin. Rafkin over center, backhands that into the Penguin zone, and it's turned over now. Couple bodies come together, far corner. And it's cleared ahead. Arel. Arel on it behind his own net, and he'll start away. Nicholas Arel played up the left wing side. Centering effort broken up. A good effort there from Patch Albert to break it up. Shots on goal, 33-17 in favor of the hosts, and pretty indicative of how this game has gone. 9:30 to go in period number 3. As that puck sent the length of the ice, Dietz back on it now for Bremerhaven. Stanislav Dietz to Alber near side. Alber swings it ahead for McGinn. McGinn gets over center, rings that in deep. Kariev out to play it. Ahead, Ivarsson. Ivarsson off a leg and tipped up into the neutral zone high. Now racing ahead with a head of steam on it. Trying to drive wide there was Juhani Yasu. Good work there. Now Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky. Far corner. Backhand to the line. Ivarsson. Ivarsson sends that on net. It was blocked. Now Eronen. Eronen's shot through the wickets of Mike Moore and into the far corner. There's another shot. Didn't make it on net. And a good second effort there. It's going to clear the lines from Alex Friesen. Well-weighted pass to that far side. Here's Parssinen. Jusso Parssinen. Winding. Drop pass. Walking in Rafkin. Didn't like it. Still Ruben Rafkin. Centering effort in front. And that goes wide. Glove side on the one-timer. Good cycle here for TPS. Slavkovsky into the slot. Slavkovsky with a shot. That went wide. Glove side. Good work here. Happanen. Topias Happanen. Cross ice. Working in. There's a drive off a leg and wide. TPS starting to find some offensive energy now, but there's a turnover. Racing in is Dominic Ur, and it rolls to Kariev. That's going to create a scrum, and Kariev saying, I'm getting right out of there. Now some fists going. A little bit of frustration perhaps from Ruben Rafkin as Christian Weiss lost the helmet, the Danish center. But a dangerous opportunity for Penguins as they look to extend the 2-0 lead. It was Weiss barreling in. He beat Rafkin to it. A little bit of a snow shower on Kariev, and Weiss's helmet came off pretty quick, and the haymakers started going. Little jabs started going shortly thereafter. Christian Weiss, none the worse for wear. Smile on his face, and why not? Leading 2-0 here. Poised to go alone in second in the group, and depending how things pan out in Prague, possibly co-first, barring a TPS comeback. Here's Mike Moore. Played up the wall to the line. Long wrist shot. Hit a body centering effort in front. Vikingstad, as he paid the price for it, that puck clipped him up high. He then found the puck and forced Kariev into a pretty good save as we head to the power break. 2-0. Penguins leading in Bremerhaven. Back to action at the Ice Arena in Bremerhaven. 2-0. Penguins leading. Goals from Stanislav Dietz and Jan Urbas. And back to work they go in the offensive zone. Mos Anderson in there on Holtz on the forecheck. 7:20 to go in period 3. And again, the question being asked of Jussi Hokas' team is, where will the goals come from? They've managed just 3 in the competition thus far and haven't troubled Brandon Maxwell all that much in the Bremerhaven net so far tonight. Near side, and that puck Hopped out of the blue line. Yimi Suomi has to backtrack. One of 3 defensemen under the age of 20 in the lineup tonight for TPS. Certainly some growing pains, but also some talent that very much is worth being excited about if you were a fan of Finnish hockey and TPS. Puck sent around near side of the TPS zone. As Turku just trying to break out here with it. Slowing things down, it's Suomi. Suomi starts ahead, up the left side. Played through the neutral zone. Nice stick work there. Long shot. Maxwell the save. And a couple of TPS players hit the deck after the whistle. Steady performance from Brandon Maxwell. He's allowed just 1 goal through 5.5 plus periods of hockey in the competition so far. You got to look at Patch Albert or Boston College Eagle. Face-off will reset as you hear the crowd very loud behind Brandon Maxwell. The rowdier Penguins fans making themselves heard tonight, but the entire arena in full song throughout the evening, standing on the power play and erupting on goals from Stanislav Dietz and Jan Urbas. That's what this competition is about. A special European night in the Champions Hockey League for Penguins as they close in on what would be a very important win in Group A. Friesen played to the near side. Dominic Uhr is going to leave that and head for a change. Alexi Antalainen back behind his own net. Gathers steam. Antalainen wheels outside the left wing. Turn back at the offensive blue line, and now TPS will try and come back in with Holtz. Turned over, and Yasu had to go back with it into his own zone. 5:10 now to play in period 3. Yasu chipped that in deep, but well offside was Hoppanen, and now Penguins will wheel away. Through the neutral zone they come, trying to make something happen. Weiss with a shot, and a right pad saved by Kariev. There's a long shot by Ivarsson and a save from Maxwell. No real traffic, no real trouble. As you get another look at Weiss's quick shot again. More defensive zone troubles from TPS. Weiss outnumbered 4-1 in the slot and able to fire I would call it a medium quality scoring chance on Andrei Kariev. Listen to that crowd in Bremerhaven. It's what it's all about, isn't it? A club on the rise in the DEL, as you know, over the line just a hair offside was Mose Anderson. One of 2 Danes in the lineup, alongside Christian Weiss, who we saw moments ago. There's another look at Brandon Maxwell. All things considered, a pretty comfortable evening for him. Not a ton of traffic in front other than Jack Rodewald falling on his head midway through this third period. Up the right wing side, here come TPS. Trying to race in, it's Niklas Harel. Drop pass to nobody in particular, and back the other way come Penguins. Here's Nino Kinder. There's a turnover. Kariev centered in front, and a save by Kariev as Vikingstad was there. There's a long shot from the point. Trickles wide. Kariev might have got a piece. This third line of Kinder and Mose Anderson has been fantastic tonight. Centering effort off a leg. Kinder was dropped there by Steenbergen. Oh, we talked about it. The 2 storylines coming into this one. Maxwell House. Brandon Maxwell has been steady when called upon. Not called upon often tonight by TPS, but the Penguins netminder has been good when he's had to be. And more importantly, the return of the Slovenians. Here's Nurmi with a shot. Blocker save. Maxwell up out of play for a face-off. And of course, the other talking point we touched on off the top, the return of Team Slovenia. That top line of Jan Urbas, Ziga Jeglic, and Miha Verlic. Very, very noticeable tonight. Urbas with what stands as the insurance marker right now. Vedlic has tested Andrei Karyev a couple of times tonight, and certainly a different Penguins team here on home ice with those three in the lineup. D-zone draw won by the Penguins. Urbas sends that around to the far side. Trying to race ahead. Patch Alber gets taken down, sends that in deep. First to it, and cycling it back low was Urbas. Now Vedlic tried to work out with it, and Urbas is going to flip that right back in deep. Really just about game management now for Penguins. They lead this one 2-0 with 3 minutes to go. Here's Holtz. Holtz, saucer pass backdoor in front side of the net. Maxwell, the right pad save. Puck to the line. Held in, drive from the point, goes wide. Holtz back to the line. Ironen. Ironen's shot redirected wide off the stick of Nurmi. And now the hosts recover. Urbas. Urbas over center. Just backhands that in deep and looks for a change. Smart play from the veteran as Ironen surveys the scene. Elmeri Ironen up the left wing side, and now Turku ahead through the neutral zone. That's going to roll all the way to Maxwell, who's going to loft that back into the neutral zone. Rafkin. Ironen. Edelman looks off a forechecker and up through center. He chips that in only as far as Dietz, and it's right back out. The crowd loving it here at the Ice Arena. Sent in deep, Väisänen first to it. Watched by Dietz. No surprise to see Dietz and Vladimir Iminger out there in crunch time for Thomas Popiesz's Bremerhaven team. Puck to the line. There's a shot. Went wide. Big bounce off the inboards and a great save by Maxwell at the left post. As McGinn sends it around to the far side. Held in at the line by TPS. Spinning in a shot. And a right pad saved by Maxwell. 90 seconds to go. McGinn up off the wall to the line. Held in by TPS, but that's flipped up off the stick and out of play. Alexei Antalainen, a little bit of frustration as he heads back to the bench. 1:22 remaining in period 3, and there you see Andrei Karyev. A fantastic performance from him tonight, certainly not to blame, but TPS staring a winless first half of the group stage in the face. Timeout on the ice. We'll head down to the TPS bench with $1:23 to go.
Ja Ristosta hei vaan laidat kiinni. If they... Lock the walls, lock the walls. Lock the walls.
Back to action at the Ice Arena. 83 seconds to go. Draw one by TPS. Back to the line. There's a shot from the line. Missed wide. And that's going to be cleared out and down the ice by Ross Mauerman. Crowd on its feet as we approach the final minute of play. And over the line left side, here come TPS. Steenbergen drops it off. Puck back to the line. Inside the final minute, Eronen turns it over, racing away. Ross Mauerman is going to ice this hockey game. Tough night for Elmeri Eronen, gets a little bit tougher. Turns it over at the offensive line, and really the story of the night for Turku, just not able to break down this Penguins team. Ross Mauerman, the former Providence College man, finishes it off and smiles all around tonight, as Penguins will take home the victory and will at the very least retain second place in Group A through the end of game day 3. And the crowd on its feet here tonight. History in Bremerhaven as the Penguins just have to ride out the final 20 seconds now. Puck cycled low. There's Johanni Yasu. 15 seconds left. An incredible effort. A great bounce back after the loss at Vekwa. Puck to the line. Held in by Vito, but that's going to do it. Maxwell touches it. And away we go. Game day 3 in the books in Group A. And the Pinguins Bremerhaven, with their first ever CHL win on home ice. It's a 3-0 win tonight over TPS Turku. Don't look now. But the debutants from Bremerhaven are very much in it to win it in Group A. Your final score tonight from the Ice Arena in Bremerhaven: Penguins 3, TPS Turku 0. I've been Carlos Verdi. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you on Game Day 4. Tonight's final, 3-0 Penguins, with their first ever Champions Hockey League win on home ice. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.
Coach, after all, no points here in Bremerhaven. What were the main reasons tonight?
Well, tonight we weren't ready to play. Opponent was way more physical than we. We lost all the battles. Our puck management was terrible, and then we have to play better with the puck, and also we can't lose that many puck battles and so many turnovers. We weren't there. I'm not happy at all to our performance.
In the first game against Bremerhaven, you created at least chances. Why couldn't you get more pressure to the net?
Well, we didn't get out under the pressure. We didn't do smart moves. Too many turnovers, and we didn't get the puck through from the blue line. And we have to get guys to the net if we want to win, if we want to get goals.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best. Thomas Popisch, Glückwunsch zum Sieg heute. Wie nah war das am perfekten Spiel? Wie nah war das am perfekten Spiel heute?
Ja, ich glaube, es war schon ein sehr, sehr gutes Spiel. Wir haben wirklich über 3 Drittel eine sehr konstante Leistung gehabt. Läuferisch sehr stark, zweikampfstark. Also das ist die Art, wie wir Eishockey spielen wollen, ja.
Der zweite Sieg jetzt in der Gruppe. Wie nah oder auf welchem Weg sind Sie, sich zu qualifizieren, sogar für die nächste Runde?
Ja, wir schauen erstmal wieder von Spiel zu Spiel. Und das ist jetzt keine Floskel, sondern wir müssen gucken, dass wir uns entwickeln. Wir sind am Anfang der Saison und da wird noch ein harter Weg, auch in dieser Gruppe. Aber heute genießen wir erstmal den Tag und den Sieg.
Wie wichtig war es, dass die slowenische Reihe dabei war?
Ja, wir haben auch ohne sie gewonnen. Nein, man merkt schon, dass wir viel mehr Tiefe haben, dass wir noch kompakter sind, noch zweikampfstärker.
Dankeschön, alles Gute.
Sehr gut, danke.
Okay. Jan Urbas, congratulations to that victory. How does it feel to win Champions Hockey League games at home?
Yeah, thanks first of all, and yeah, it feels great. I mean, a couple of guys missed the first 2 games, so it was the first game for a couple of us, and yeah, like to do it in front of those fans, it's amazing.
What was the difference tonight?
I think we battled for 60 minutes. We played hard, we skated hard, and I think that was the biggest difference. We were in their zone most of the time, and after shifts like that, it's easier to get momentum and get some goals and win a game.
What's possible in that Champions Hockey League?
Sorry?
What's possible in that group stage?
I mean, we got to take one game at a time, and you know, it's a new game on Sunday. We're gonna do our best and try to win another game.
All the best. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Mikael, at the end of the day, the loss here in Bremerhaven, what were the reasons?
Ne tuli tosi kovaa päällä ja me ei oikein pysty vastaamaan siihen mitään. Ja ne oli ihan niinku pelin päällä ja meillä ei vaan ollut vaihdet siihen. Ei pysty vastaamaan oikein siihen. Ja oltiin vaan niinku ihan alta tulijoina.
Your coach spoke about puck management. How can you improve that?
Next game we just have to put... Ensi pelissä meidän pitää laittaa kiekkoja vaan päätyy enemmän. Ei saa menettää molemmilla siniviivalla kiekkoja ja pelata fiksusti.
How much hope is left to turn it around and to qualify for the next round?
No pitää heti seuraavasta sunnuntai-pelissä ottaa voittoa ja siitä se menee. Sitten on 2 peliä Veksiöt vastaan ja pitää kaikista ottaa voittoa ja kehittää meidän peliä mahdollisimman paljon.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
What a goal! Oh my goodness!